Hello, good evening, and welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Akriti. I hope you all are doing well. So let's start with the today's question. This is our today's question. This is Leetcode 1930, unique length 3 palindrome subsequences. So let's start with the question. In the question, we are given a string s, and we have to return the unique palindrome of length 3, right? That are subsequences of s. Okay, so I hope you know what exactly subsequences are. Subsequences are like you can choose the number of characters from a string as many as you want, and you can just delete characters in between. That's totally fine. So it's not like substring that you have to choose the character in sequence only, right? Or you cannot delete the characters in between. So here, as talking about this string A, so I can say A is my subsequence, right? So I can choose character. Only the sequence should be same, and you can choose any characters you want, right? So we have to find the subsequences of X of length 3, and it should be palindrome and unique, right? So yeah, note that even if there are multiple ways to obtain the same subsequence, it could only be counted one, right? So basically it is saying we only have to count the unique ones. So palindrome, they are telling what exactly palindrome is. Palindrome is something which is same from forward and backward. So as I say, here you can see ABA, these are the palindromes, because if you go from left or even if you go from right, you will see the same strings. So this kind of strings are known as palindromic strings. Now I have to find the 3 length palindromic string, right? So if they are saying we have to find only 3 length of, we have to find only a subsequence of length 3 which is palindrome. So what will be the type of the palindrome here? Basically it will be like A1, B1 and again A1, right? Because if I'm talking about the middle one, if I have some character in the middle, then definitely I'm sure that the right and the left of that particular character should be same to be a palindrome, right? Because we don't have any other choice, as we are talking about only 3 size palindrome. So you can put any character you want in the middle, and you just have to make sure that the right and the left character of your middle character should be same for a string to be a palindrome, right? So this is something we need to observe. Now, how can you go with this question? So basically, suppose let's talk about it, the approach we are going to follow. So suppose I'm at a particular index, say I'm at this index, this is the index number 2, right? And the character here is B. So okay, I'm at a particular index and I'm saying, yeah, this is going to be my middle character, right? In my palindromic subsequence, I'm just taking the middle character as equal to B. Now I have to check if it is possible to go with this, go with this case, because if you have a same character on the left and the right side of the V, only then you can make a palindromic subsequence out of B, right? So I have to check if I am having the same characters on at least one character is enough. So if you have at least one character which is same on the left and the right side of the B, only then you can make a palindrome subsequence out of B, right? So suppose if I am at B, so I have to check how many characters are same on the left and on the right side of the B. So here you can see only A is here and C is here, and here you can see on the left side only there are A characters, right? So I am just sure that at least A is common in left side and right side of the B. So yeah, I can make a subsequence like this. Suppose I'm taking in the middle as B, and as I should keep the left and right side of the V equal, so I have A on both the sides, so I can simply keep it. Again, let's talk about this index. Suppose you are at C, right? Now you have to check if you have the same characters on the left and right side of the C or not. Okay. So you have A on the right side, only A you have, and on the left side you have A and B, right? But common between both is only A. So we can make a palindromic sequence like this, right? So this can also be my palindromic sequence. So this is something we have observed from here. So basically we have to keep track of something like how many characters are common on left side of a particular index and on the right side of the particular index, right? So how can we keep this? So basically, maybe you will say, let's make a vector which is going to store my index. Let what will be the scenario at a particular index. So this is going to be of size n, and you will say I'll make a vector of size 26 which will be storing my character. right? This way. Sorry. See. Okay, so this way you can say that yeah, I will be making a vector where I will in the outermost vector I will be storing my indexes for the number for the index in the string s, and inside vector I'll store the status of all the characters. We have only 26 character, right? So we are making a vector of size 26 where I will be storing if this character is on the left of a or if this character on the right of a, right? So I have to make two vectors like this, left or right, and I will just keep track. So in the left vector, if I am at a particular index, then I will store if a particular character is there on the left side of an index or not. If it is, then I will store 1 here, or if it is not, then I will store 0 here, right? So here you can making vector a vector. So instead of this making a 2D vector, I will suggest you to make a vector of bit set. Now, if you don't know what actually bit set is, so bit set is basically a sequence of bits, and the number of bits you want, you can just decide by yourself. So it is declared as bit set, something like just a minute. Yeah, so it is like if I want to declare a bit set of size 26, so I will be making something like this, right? B1 and B2. And now I will here make a vector of not vector, in fact a vector of bit set. This is will be my left and right. So this is how I am going to store the status of my character on the left side and on the right side of a particular index, right? So this is something we are going to do. Now that you have the track of how many characters are same on the left and right side of a particular index, now this would be easier for you to calculate how many palindromic subsequence you can get, right? And now if you want to get only the unique subsequences, then you can make something like sets, and you will just keep on pushing the subsequences in the sets, and then you will get the unique ones, right? So this is something we're going to do here. Now let's understand with the help of example. Suppose this was your example A, B, C, A. Huh? And now I have made two vectors which is left and right. In the left vector I am just storing, these are actually 26 bit sequence, don't confuse with that. I have just not written each and every bit because we are not concerned about, right? So in this example we have only A, B, C and nothing more than that. That's why I have written only like this, right? But basically it is 26 bit sequences, right? Now in the left vector I am storing if at a particular index how many bits were there in the left side or not. Okay, so let's start with the index number 0. If I am at index number 0, I have A, right? So my current character is A. Now I will check the left side of the A. So I can see there's nothing in the left side of the A, right? So I'll store 0, 0, 0, right? Now I will check on the right side of the A, so I can see on the right side of the first index, on the 0th index, in fact, I have A, B, and C, everything A, B, C. These three characters I have. So corresponding to the index of these three character in my bit side, I have just set the bit, right? Or we can say I have put 1 there. So here is 1, as you can see. Now come to the second index. If I am at a second index, now I can see at the left of the second index I have A. So here I put A, and on the right side you can see you have all the three characters ABC. So I have put 1 1 1 corresponding to ABC. Similarly for B, C and A, I have just set my bits in the bit set. Right. Now I will just start traversing in my strings, and for each character I will check how many common characters do we have on the left side and on the right side of the character, right? So suppose if I am at index number 0, then my current index is 0. Sorry, my current character is A. Now I will check how many common characters do we have on the left and the right side of the A. So when talking about the first index, you can see there is nothing common in those in the both sequence of bits, right? You can see the first sequence is all zeros and the second sequence have just 3 1s, right? So there is nothing common, you can say. So the number of common character is 0. Now when you come to the second index, first index, here you see the common character is 1, right, which was A. So the common character is 1, which is A. So my subsequence will be like at the middle index I will be storing my current character, which is A, and on the right and on the left side I will be storing the common character which we have got out of here. Okay, now come to the second index, which is B. Now if we see the bit sequence of second index, then on the left and right we can check only one character is common, which is again A. So my subsequence will be like in the middle I will be storing B, and on the left and right I will be storing the common character, and similarly for the remaining indexes, right? So this is something we are going to do in my question. So let's start coding here. Okay, so let's say and with the length of my given string, I'll make a vector left and right, which is going to be bit set of size 26, right, as I have told you. So this will be this is the left vector of size n, and this is the right vector of size n, right? Now I will just store the sequence of bits in my left and right vectors. So now left of I will be a bit set, right? And then I will update my bit set as bit set dot set a particular bit. Which bit I'm going to set? I'm just going to set a bit which is corresponding to my current character, right? Current character is like as of 5, which I am at currently. Now let's make a temporary bit set here. Bit set of size 26, which is v1 and v2, right? So basically I'm just first of all, like as I have told you, like suppose if I am at a index, so I will just put this particular bit set in my left, and then after going to the before going to the next index, I'll just put this particular a value, which is my current index, in the bit set. So I have just updated it, right? So here also I have updated it. And now similarly for the right one, I will be doing the same for the right one. Sorry, I have to start traversing from the right side, right? Now right of I will be equal to v2, which is currently my bit set is. Now I will set a particular bit in my v2, which is corresponding to my current character which I am having in my string, right? So this is what I have done. Now I will start traversing each index in the string. Okay, and let's suppose I make a function which which will just which will just figure out how many common subsequences, how many common characters we are having in both the left and right side of a particular index, and it will just calculate all the subsequences possible and store it in my set, right? So let's say this is my function where I will just pass my string and the current index and the left and the right vector. Okay, and it will store all the subsequences possible in my set, and at the end I will just return the size of the set. Okay, so let's make this function, right? Suppose this is my set, which will be stored in this string. Okay, now this is my function, which is of type void because it is not going to return anything as of now. Okay, so what it was taking as an argument, which was the index string and the left and the right vector, right? So let me just copy it from here. So this is my left vector, and again this is my right vector. Okay, now let's make a temporary string which we will be using here for just making a subsequence or something. I'll check for each character. We have overall 26 character, right? So I'll check for each character if it is there on the left side of a index, or if it is there on the right side of the index. So if I will get that particular character on left and right side, both side, right, then I can say, yeah, I can make my subsequence with the help of this character, right? So if left left of index, this is my particular bit set dot test my I, right, and right of index dot test I. If both are if both comes out to be true, or you can say both are having the same character on the left and right side of the index, then I can say, yeah, this character is eligible for making my subsequence. And I can be like, let my temporary vector is initially empty. First of all, I will add the common letter or the common character we got. Okay, so this is going to be my A plus I, and then I will be like adding the middlemost character which was at an index at the ith index, right, index which we are passing here, so which is at this index. So I'll just store that only. So yeah, and let me add it again, the common character which we got, which is this, right. Now after all this, yeah, we are done with this. Okay, so we have just figured out how many subsequences are possible with the common characters we got on the left and the right side, and we have just stored all these subsequences here. Let me just store also. So I will just store this particular subsequence in my set, and now once I return the size of the set, it is showing just simply how many unique subsequences we can make out of these many strings, right? So this is something what we have done. Now let's see if it's working fine. Okay, so it's working. Yeah, so guys, it's submitted. So yeah, this was the complete solution. Now if you are just confused with what I have done here, so actually the bitset dot test is a function for finding whether a particular bit is set or not, right? So as we were doing here, if there is a character at the corresponding index, then we are setting that bit, otherwise the bit remain unset, right? So I here wanted to check that whether this particular character exists at left or right or not. So in order to check the presence of a character on the left side and on the right side, I'm just checking if the corresponding bit is set or not, right? So this is the function of bit set. You can just go and refer some documentation of bit set or something, right? So this was the whole solution. If you have any query or doubt related to the question or the solution, you can simply ask in comment box. I'll resolve your doubt. Also, I will be providing you the solution as well as the link of the problem, so don't worry about it. So thank you so much for your patience. Have a nice day.